Hello there, YouTube. So I finally decided to go out for a ride because it looked like it was getting brighter outside. It's been overcast all day. Now it starts to rain on me. But I had what the hell is this? A sack of something. They're all vehicle stability controlled. If you try to get too squirrely on one of these, it'll set you straight pretty quick. It won't let you have too much fun. It'll keep you in check. That's not to say you can't go really fast on one, but you can't get out of whack. Watch this, I'll force this thing to slide in the gravel. See? Straightened me right out. Is that wicked or what? I'm just goofing off. I have a feeling I'm gonna really get wet here before it's done. Although that's kind of south, the direction I'm going back in, that doesn't look too bad. Oh, if you guys paid attention to the last Spyder videos I had up of this demo, you'll notice the bars were silver. This one has black bars because these aren't only black, they are adjustable. You loosen these bolts and you can adjust them forward and back, and there's a bolt underneath this cover that raises them up and down. Kind of cool. Shit, I'm gonna have to kick that shield up, try to protect my GoPro here a little bit. It's in a skeleton case. If you're going too slow here and I'm able to get everything wet, kick that shield up a little bit, that way rain falling straight down doesn't land on it when I come to stops. Wow, I think the last time I came through here, there's still fall leaves in the trees. Everything looks open and kind of bizarre. Is it possible for a speed bump to grow? The thing wasn't that big last time I came through here. Jeez, look at these things. This must be my imagination, because it doesn't look like they've added anything to them. Unless the earth is moving beneath them. Beneath? Yeah, windshield wiper. It's called speed. I'm actually riding around with the grip heaters on here. Got them set at low. They it's 40, well, the bike says it's 46. I think it's colder than that. Me riding slow, it's probably picking up some temps off of the bike. There's a dog up around the corner here that loves to scare the shit out of my wife. When we ride a motorcycle up here, he hides in the bushes and then bounces out at the last second. Wow, this area is so beautiful when you come up here when there's leaves and stuff in the trees. Just gorgeous. Let's see if he bounces out. He hides right there in that bush. I almost need to get off and wipe that shield off. I got it. More kids yelling at me. See? Now, how many kids have you seen so far since I've been riding yell at me and wave? Old guys' bikes. Now, I personally, if I was going to purchase one, would most likely be an RS, which is the Roadster Sport. Depending on what I want. This is pretty cozy. Real cozy, actually. You know, for like touring and stuff, I got, geez, what is that thing now? 31 years old? 31-year-old Yamaha. And that old gal's not gonna live forever. Well, she looks pretty rough. The gentleman that had it before me, he'd have been glad if spiders were around, because obviously he had a serious balance problem. He spent more time sliding down the road on that thing than he did upright. Every piece of plastic and engine guard and everything on that thing's got road rash on it. But I think I paid like $700 for it or something. Not bad for a bike I've ridden for 13, be about 14 years now. It's a long time to own a bike that was already that old. I think it had 20, or maybe it was 15. Yeah, I think it had 15,000 on it. It's got 60 or something on it now. Which, even at that doesn't look like I've been riding it very much, does it? For a touring bike. I think it's like really, yeah, 30. Anyway, that's a little stroll through the little houses up there on a Spyder. I guess you could say I demonstrated you can go in tight twisty stuff. Slow tight twisty through a neighborhood, but nevertheless, there you are. This is old Yardbirds. These guys been around forever. They've actually been around since the late 40s, but they built this building in '68. It was like one of the first true malls. It was like a one-stop shopping, which is, you know, normal nowadays. But as you can see, the poor old place is in stages of disrepair. Still a fun as hell place to go into. It's they have a huge like swap meet, for lack of better term. Well, really, I guess they call it a swap meet, so I guess that's a true thing to, or a correct thing to call it, if I can speak. It's a fun place to go. It is very, very popular up until the early 90s, when the first flood tried to wipe the thing out. And it's had several floods since then. There's a dam or something that breaks around here, and why they haven't permanently fixed that, I have no earthly idea. But that wiped it out. It just the cost of, I mean, all the merchandise that got destroyed and the cost of repairing the place. The last one was as recent as 2009, I think. And it's kind of the only thing that keeps going is the swap meet in the grocery store. You know, being a big, huge one-stop shopping, had sporting goods and everything else in there. Man, this was like a truck rental, truck and tractor rental. Geez, I mean, it was like a Walmart's on steroids. But as with everything, they all have everything has a time limit, I guess. Now there's the super Walmarts that actually, is that it? No, that's the Home Depot. But right across on the other side of the freeway is a Walmart's, and that's where everybody goes now. It's the old bird. There's quite some stories behind that bird. That bird used to be a helicopter hangar for the owners. It was one of the owners. Was the helicopter guy. He used to do all kinds of crazy things. He'd fly in and drop Santa Claus off on the roof. Then I don't think this is an entrance, is it? Why would you take this one anyway? Anyway, he would fly Santa Claus down on the roof, and then the fire department would string up one of their big ladders and take him off. I guess it was a whole spectacle. But the original bird that sat out there was like 70 something feet tall, and you could drive a car. It was erect. It was standing up. It's like a crow or something, you know. And this was the original Yardbirds. These buildings over here, up until '68 when they built that building, and I think they moved in '69, something like that. Maybe it was late '68. But anyway, this bird was huge, and it was erect, and it stood up, and you could drive cars between its legs. So it was kind of like you know, the redwood tree that you can drive your car through. You know, that was probably the idea. If you ever drive through, take pictures and all that rigmarole, and it was all fun, kids and everything, and tourists. And in 1976, some old guy drove his Buick or something. Oh, there, guy. His Buick or something through there, and the story is it backfired, and while it was between the legs, car caught on fire, or somehow another sparks, or not quite sure the details of how the car backfiring caught the thing on fire, but caught the bird on fire and burnt the damn thing down. So they didn't have a bird for a long time. That was about the same year that the original owners sold off their interest in it. One of them continued to run reopen the old Yardbirds, and now it's called Sunbirds. Fantastic sporting goods store, work clothing, stuff like Carhartt and stuff like that, tons of that stuff. But anyway, they ended up dragging what used to be the helicopter hangar up front, and built a frame underneath it, and set it up on the post that held the legs of the original bird. And I'm not sure what year. I don't know if that was done the same year in '76, or if it was several years later. I have no idea which. But the bird that used to be the hangar is now the Yardbirds bird. It's been that way for years. There's a 1200 Custom, a couple of other larger Harleys. Some guys sporting their sporties. Now, how come they're never sitting out there when I come riding through on one of my... Hey, look, there I am. When I'm riding one of my sports just through here. You know, I really just don't have shit to say. I'm just making up stuff as I go along here. Kind of an uninspiring ride. It's non-stop drizzling on me, and it's not exactly warm. Hopefully my slow at work. My wife got off early. Maybe we'll go for a little ride. But anyway, I'm gonna shut down here and get home and see if the little woman's there. She'll probably pull over and see if she's texted me yet. But anyway, I'm out. Maybe I'll come back with the little woman on here. So I'll talk to you later. See ya. Missed the button.